Hello, my name's Sam French and you join me here at freedomalcohol.wordpress.com. You can get me on at freedomalcohol on Twitter. And today is Friday and we are looking at the weekend ahead for a lot of you. And I just wanted to talk a bit today on the audio blog just about feeling flat, and that's how I feel today. So how do you deal with feeling flat? And I think I've brought this up before. So I think for a lot of people where there are other issues in their lives, like whether it's taking drugs or whether it's to do with alcohol, whether it's a particularly bad habit like self-harming, or whether it's lots of things, they actually represent an underlying issue. And for me, one of those things I believe is about feeling flat, and that I do, and I'm even more aware of this now since I've been free from alcohol from January, is I do have these ups and downs, and I think it's normal. It's part of human makeup. It's part of the body and mind's makeup. After all, without the, as we label them, lows, you wouldn't have the highs, and so I recognise that. But I think it's also possible to respond to those feelings. For me today, I just feel like I don't want to particularly spend a huge amount of time with other people. But I know in the back of my mind that this is a good thing and will lift my spirits. I feel like I just want to spend time with my family, but I know that they're having to go to school and my wife's having to go to work. I want to spend time on me, which is selfish, and just time out away from the daily life of having to go to work and earn. But I know that actually continuing to do this will allow me to progress in my goals. I want some escapism away, so it would be nice to do something different away from my routine. So I quite fancy going abroad somewhere or doing something different, doing a different activity, but I know that I've got to wait until holidays. So that's where I'm at, and that's how I'm feeling today. And I think it's important to recognise that it's okay to recognise those things and to think through them. So that's what I'm doing a bit today. I also recognise that, if I'm honest, one of my least favourite working days is this particular Friday, because my day starts at 5:30, 6 o'clock when the alarm goes off, and goes right the way through till getting in at home tonight at 10 p.m. And that's a combination of work and home life as well. But yeah, it's a full-on day, and that's not something that I particularly am cherishing today or looking forward to. But I also know with that mindset, that also means that I potentially won't make the most of the day. I've also got a meeting coming up today at the middle of the day, where actually I've done some really positive foundation work and I've put some great ideas together. But today somebody seems to have taken away my my verve for life, if that's the right thing, my positive want to tackle it, outcome, stretch myself kind of mentality that seems to have gone, and I know that I'll have to find that when I get into work, and I know that I will, but it will be hard found, and that's how I feel today. And I suppose a lot of you out there will feel like that, whether it's as a result of finishing alcohol forever and becoming free from that to maximise your potential, or whether it's because that's how you are generally. And how do you cope with that? Well, I think everybody's an individual. But today what I'm going to do is I think it's important to act on it and not just sit on it. So act upon those feelings and do something with them. Even if in your heart of your hearts, if you really don't feel that you can find the energy, do something. Even if that is just to do a task at home, like put the washing out or go for a run, and you really don't feel like doing it, do it, because it will help you. So for me, a next step today that I'm going to make sure that I do is, I've got some holidays left. Part of the issue, I think, is that we're waiting until July to go away as a family for 2 weeks, and it's a long way off, and I haven't had a break since January from work. So I can get a week in between now and July. So I'm going to go in today and organise that and make sure that I've got a week booked out for some space away from work. I'm at that point now where I know that I'm getting into a place where I think some time off would be beneficial for me. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to tackle the meeting today with energy, enthusiasm, and just be realistic about it. And I'm going to welcome some things. I'm going to welcome seeing some people in my work that I've been looking forward to seeing, who I work with. So I look forward to seeing them, and hopefully I can help them. And I'm going to be thankful again. It comes back to these things about what are we thankful for? How can we just be thankful for what we've got now? So I'm going to be thankful for the moment, thankful for my family, thankful for the beautiful day that it is today, thankful that I have got time that's coming up in July where we're going away. I'm going to be thankful just for all those simple things, and I'd encourage you to do that when you feel flat. The other thing is about just talking out loud. So one of the reasons I do these blogs is because it's very powerful to get your thoughts out verbally. And now that can be with yourself, which works really well for me, or with somebody else. You might have a counsellor or a friend or whoever, but really get those thoughts out and talk about them, because that's how we bottle stuff up, and we get stuff out by vocalising it. Vocalising things out loud are far more powerful than keeping them in your head, and it goes the same for blogging or writing. So one of the points of my 5-step plan is around blogging or around writing and having a journal, because it's proven now, I think beyond doubt, that it has benefits from a wellness point of view. So do that. And I don't know if you're spiritual or not, if you believe in if you have a faith or not, but actually doing this and praying or focusing the mind on the world or whatever you believe in, or being mindful and working through mindfulness, I think that can help as well. And actually one of my next steps today is to learn some more about mindfulness, and I like to each day take some time to learn something new about a different way of approaching life, to focus on the positive aspects of it. I do think I'm made up like this as an individual. I think that naturally that the way I feel is more towards the negative, but I also fully believe that I have the power and the gift within myself to change that each day. So that's, again, within your power as well, I believe. It doesn't matter whether you are naturally, or your default position is a glass half empty position. You can change that, and I believe that, and that's what I will aim to do. We also know that the patterns in your life and the behaviours can have a huge impact. So today is just kind of a one-off day for me, and within the scheme of things, I'm very clear that I need to realise that all those other days that are great far outweigh the ones at the moment that aren't. I'm recognising the progress that I've made, and you might want to do that as well, is just to take some time out to reflect on those blogs or writings which you did a while back, and just re-listen to them, because that can help too. So to hear those positive progress. So for me, I've got to remember that I've done 3.5-4 months of free from alcohol, and that the benefits associated with that have been massive, and I've written them down. and I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for many other things too. Right, that's enough of that rambling. So just to summarise, dealing with negative feelings and thoughts. So a number of points. It's okay to recognise them, and do recognise them. Take a little bit of time to recognise them. The second thing is act upon them. Do something. Even if you really don't feel like it, do something. A next step, as I call it, a go-to. Go and act on it. Do something with it. Don't just sit on it. Vocalise your feelings and thoughts out loud. Write them down. And do this thoroughly. It helps. It's proven to help by many experts. And I'm not an expert, but they're telling me it is, so I'm going to believe it. What was the final thing? It's escaped me. There was another thing. That's 3 points. What's the fourth one? It's gone. It'll come back to me in a minute, I'm sure. I do these things off the top of my head. It should be pretty obvious because I pause a lot. So the final thing is reflect on things that you've written down before where you have had positive times and that you've recognised those by writing them down and blogging them. So go back to it, go back to the positive times and talk out loud, because what you'll probably find, and I hope that you're in this position of having better days, more better days than bad days, but yes, be grateful for those better days and know that this time, this space that you're in right now will be short-lived, and it will change going forward and you will feel better. So that's my little spiel for today. Thank you very much for listening. I will do some more blogs going forward, and the 5-step plan is starting to take shape, obviously in April, and I'm blogging, writing down what that first step will be, and we'll get that down on the website before the end of April, hopefully. Have a good day. You've been listening to Sound French, and I've been alcohol free since January 2015.